What's up, Nerfers? Over the last couple of weeks, I've shared an assembly video and a basic upgrade guide for the ZWQ S100S Baize, a blaster that I saw a lot of potential in due to its gargantuan 174cc plunger volume. Well, here's mine again, fully upgraded in its final form. The main differences since my upgrade video include a much longer barrel. I'm now using a 600mm aluminium barrel from Sabre. Given the air volume, I think you could go even longer, but this is the biggest barrel I had. Sleeved over that is a plastic fake outer barrel just for looks, and on the end of the aluminium barrel I've added ZWQ's own white coloured adjustable scar barrel. This reminds me a lot of the old Blaster Tech scars, but it clamps to the barrel using a nut similar to how a garden hose fitting attaches. It has porting in the sides, and the front rotates to adjust the spin rate. To release it again, you pull the front forward and then rotate back the way you came. Protecting the scar barrel, I have a generic mock suppressor which grub screws onto the plastic outer barrel and then threads onto its base. It looks pretty slick if I do say so myself. Below the front end, just for looks, I've added a retractable bipod. I can't remember what brand it is, I just picked it up online. And up top, I've added a Novrich brand low power variable optic to complete the look. But probably the biggest upgrade I've made is ordering custom springs to suit the blaster. Something I noticed in my upgrade video is that the stock ZWQ springs don't come anywhere close to full compression. You can see this easily for yourself if you cock the blaster and then look in through the hole at the sling point. There's a lot of empty space in between each spring coil even when you've cocked the blaster. So what I did was jump online to my go-to website eBay, and I searched for some springs that were the same length but much thicker gauge wire than the stock springs. What I ended up with was a 2.0 by 17 by 300mm spring. It still doesn't get total full compression, but I can still actually rack the bolt with one hand, which is the entire point of this blaster. If we go back in time, straight out of the box it shot 150 feet per second, then I fixed the air seal and it shot 200 feet per second, then I stepped up one spring size to 250 feet per second, and now with an even stronger 2.0 spring installed, let's see how the blaster shoots now. .282 .262 .277 .314 .280 something. I'll have to watch that back to see what it was. Oh, that must be 6. I'm going to reload. Alright, another 6. .277 .290 .306 .287 .283 and .254. I got a high of 314, low of 254, and an average of 283, with a standard deviation of 17. That's pretty impressive for a bolt-action Nerf blaster that I can still actually prime with one hand. You could always go with a longer 2.0 spring than mine so that you do get full compression, but I think it would make it much harder to prime with one hand. I also think the plastic internals version that I have is a little bottlenecked by the inner diameter of the pusher. With the metal internals version, I have seen one user breaking 400 feet per second with the same spring that I've got in this one right now. The metal pusher does have a larger inner diameter, which would let through more air into the barrel to accelerate your darts faster. But now, let's take a look at how accurate this blaster is in combination with ZWQ's own adjustable scar barrel. Okay, being an adjustable scar barrel, I've set it to a 90-degree twist. And I haven't taken any test shots yet, but I'm guessing I'll have to aim for like the white sign above the target or something. Hit. Hit.
Hit. Hit. Hit. That's not good for it. Alright, let's reload this mag. Oh, that's 6 more shots. Hit. Hit. That clipped the tree just above. Hit. 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 That must be, I guess because the first shot, I didn't know where I was aiming, 11 shots so far. I'll do 4 more. Also, I know this spread is to the right of the target. I haven't actually zeroed this scope at all. But as long as I aim at the same spot each time, we can get an accurate grouping. Hit. 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 And the final shot was a hit.
At a distance of 30 meters, although I hadn't zeroed the scope at all, so the grouping was a little bit off to the right of center, the Baize achieved a spread 75 centimeters high and about 30 centimeters wide. The vertical spread makes sense given the variations in velocity from the chrono test, so if you can tighten up the FPS spread, this blaster is capable of insane accuracy. I just think you probably do need that metal internals kit to achieve it. Overall, the Baize is a pretty cool blaster that definitely makes you feel like a sniper with its enormous overall length, bolt action operation, and high velocity potential. I'd best describe it as somewhat of a budget swing balance if you want a high velocity bolt action without the $1,000 price tag at the expense of quality. The top Picatinny rails, side rails, and bottom rails allow you to add whatever accessories you like. The adjustable buttstock with a cheek rest on top is very sniper-esque, though I personally found myself always using the stock fully collapsed because of how long the blaster already is. The text on the side of the plunger tube is pretty cool if you keep it looking like a railgun. You can always rotate the plunger tube to hide the text if you don't like the look of it. I found the mag release is a little bit clunky sometimes. Occasionally you need to push pretty hard on it to let go of the mag. Also, the mag base kept wanting to slide forward and off. And although it never did fully come off before I noticed it, if it did come all the way off, you could risk losing the spring and the follower out on the field somewhere. The magazine itself only holds 6 shots. Very snipery, but not very practical. I found you can squeeze a total of 8 shots into it, but the spring binds up and the darts end up coming out sideways. So definitely stick to 6 shots total. Something you can do though is buy an adapter that allows it to take worker Talon mags, thanks to Frontline Foam in the USA. I'll leave a link to them down below. If I was going to use this for any gameplay myself, I would definitely want more than 6 shots. I'd probably go with 15-shot Talon mags. Blaster Tech here in Australia will also be printing and selling Frontline Foam's adapter, so check out that link too down below. One final thing worth mentioning is that while I haven't had anything break on mine yet, I don't think the plastic internals are actually rated for a 2.0 spring. If you want high performance out of the Baize, I definitely recommend going with the metal internals version. The larger pusher inner diameter will also give much better airflow, and the machine part should also achieve a better air seal than the plastic parts in mine. If you want to pick up a ZWQ S100S Baize, mine was shipped directly from ZWQ themselves, but it's available from Blaster Tech here in Australia or Frontline Foam in the USA. I'll leave links to both down below. If you've enjoyed the video, consider liking and subscribing. Here's 2 other videos you might enjoy, and as always, thank you very much for watching. See ya.